Bhagwan's avatars, personal experience, or power manifestation, Bhagwan's very own Leela, to showcase how a human can have a superconscious breakthrough. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of disciple, devotees, followers all around the world, the powers of Paramashiva. Bhagwan has beautifully said, whoever comes to the Kailash courtyard, I myself will manifest all the powers through them. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state, not just the thoughtless, but also the Shakti to command our life and manifest our reality as we want. Bhagwan has beautifully given the Shastra Pramana for the power of Ashtama Shakti. Ashtama Shakti from the Shiva Samhita 5.678.
Adhyate tena sakenapi naghadhyate tasya syat paramasiddhe animadi gunaprada vayustanna charate dehe rasavriddhir bhaved dhruvam akashapanakajagalptiyusamapi vadhate maranam dhadyate tena sakenapi naghadhyate tasya syat paramasiddhir animadi gunaprada vayuh sanacharate dehe rasavriddhir bhaved dhruvam akashapanakajagalaptiyusamapi vadhate.
Bhagwan Paramashiva says beautifully in the Shiva Samhita 5.7678 for the power of Ashtama Shakti. Death is eaten by him, he is eaten by none. He manifests the highest power of Ashtama Siddhi, Shakti. Anima, Garima, Lahima, all the Ashtama Shaktis. The Vayu, wind energy, moves equally throughout his body. The juice of his body also increases. The nectar exuding from the eternal lotus increases in him. The Amrita starts flowing in you. The eternal immortality starts manifesting in you when you understand the higher reality. How the matured cognition, Bhagavan beautifully says, death is eaten by him. Each one's clock starts ticking the minute we are born. Each day is gone, we are closer to the death. But something beyond the death, the delusion, we can wake up to the reality. That is Paramashiva space. How Bhagavan says, you wake up from your dream and whatever happens in the dream is not lost, but the perception is wrong. And we understand that when we wake up to this reality, all we need to do is not change anything or not do anything. Just unclutch to wake up to the Paramashiva reality, who you are. The very cognition, very space, very dimension, how you manifest it as this reality, this perception, this delusion. When you unclutch and wake up to Paramashiva space, you manifest all the auspiciousness of Paramashiva. The very core that Bhagavan is giving us, the ultimate reality. He says he is eaten by none. When you understand that you are Paramashiva and Bhagavan himself starts manifesting in you in every action, every thought, every word, into all your reality, making you abundance, auspiciousness and healing. That very space, Bhagavan says, is immortality. That is the highest space that you can experience in the oneness with Paramashiva. The Apta Pramana, so beautifully, Manu was washing his hand when he saw a fish. And he took the fish because the fish was not having enough water and he put it in a pot. And then the fish grew out of the pot. Then he moved to the lake and then a pond, then lake and then the ocean itself. And still he grew. And finally he said, I am Vishnu who has come to tell you there is a huge deluge. And save yourself and save the people and bring everybody and sail away. And Manu is said to have the ship which he moved with all the important things. And this is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 24. All these great signs, how the reality happens when you are in the conscious space is clearly depicted here. Bhagavan himself explains how Meenakshi grew from just fire and manifested as 3-year-old girl into the human life.
The idea of organization is originated from religion. The idea of religion is
originated from Hinduism. So, if this is the world's most ancient Hindu organization, I can say this is the first organization on the planet Earth. Please understand, this is world's oldest organization. This organization has two history. One prehistoric period, another one recorded history. Recorded history, no doubt, no problem. The facts are there. I'll present it as it is. I'll read from the Akashic records and give you all prehistoric informations also. I'll give you all the prehistoric informations about the whole Adinam and the whole tradition. I can say this will be the comprehensive history of Hindu religion. Comprehensive history and philosophy of Hindu religion. This organization is created directly by the first incarnation of Shiva, Sundareshwara, an incarnation of Devi, Meenakshi. Please understand, even the word incarnation is not exactly right, because incarnation means you assume, superconsciousness assumes human body and comes out. But Sundareshwara and Meenakshi did not live in any mother's womb, did not assume human body in a usual way, how we all have assumed human body. Meenakshi straight walked out of the Homagni, sacred fire, as a 3-year-old child. She did not stay in mother's womb and come out in a usual way. She just reduced her frequency from the Akashic layer, the sky, the space, straight to the physical level. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, there are 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. The beings who are living in the space are enlightened beings, Jivan Muktas, the divine beings. Beings who are living in this body, physical, earth, are human beings. Meenakshi did not assume the human body in a normal way. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, fire is a medium. If you put these 2 elements, the earth and water, into fire, it will convert them into air and space. It's a medium, center. You can go from formless to form, or formless to form, or form to formless. From form to formless, you can move through fire. Anything with form offered into fire will be made into formless. Same way, anything formless to assume form has to enter through the fire. That is why I have to use Arunachala, the fire. Fire is a prerequisite for formless to assume the form, for the formless to enter the form. Meenakshi did the same thing. There was a huge sacred fire ceremony, Homa ceremony, which Meenakshi has used. She used that frequency and just entered from formless to form, assumed the human body of 3-year-old child. Please understand, it's a very significant information. Only at the age of 3, the Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jagrata is possible. Your biomemory and brain is matured to feel the individual existence of consciousness. Even in my case, when I assumed the body, means when I took birth, the body was matured, equivalent to 3-year-old child. My mother used to say, I was 10 pound weight. Indian village kids, Indian village mothers can never imagine delivering 10 pound child. Because usually Indian village kids, Indian village mothers are malnourished, undernourished. And I am not born in a rich family. I am born in a very middle class family. And there was no special pregnancy care given to my mother, nothing. The moment I was born, my mother said, I was so huge. She felt as if I was inside for 5 years. Because only in 3 years, 3rd year, the body becomes matured. Biomemory becomes matured to feel the individual awakening of consciousness. So Meenakshi straight walked out of the fire as a 3-year-old child, assuming. I don't even want to use the word human body, because our human physiology was never a normal physiology. It was never a normal physiology. Of course, there's no question of psychology, but even her physiology was never normal physiology. She just assumed a form, not human body. The first and foremost form of the Supreme Mother, Divine Mother, Meenakshi. See, till her appearance in human plane, there was no monastery or religion, tradition evolved. You may ask, then how did they do the sacrifice? The Homa, it was done by the divine rishis. Human beings were not introduced to the religion, spiritual concepts and truths. It was only for a special divine beings who assume from formless to form, come down, perform these sacred acts, elevate human beings, help human beings temporarily and go back. There was no organized system for human beings to evolve and elevate themselves to the higher level. Meenakshi and Sundareshwara, Shiva and Devi felt the need for an independent system to evolve human beings to the highest possibility, to the highest form of existence or formless existence. So Meenakshi Sundareshwara assumed the form to elevate human beings to the highest form, human beings to the highest existence.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained how the conscious sovereignty happened as reality, that Meenakshi happened in the fire as Goddess herself coming down to give us conscious sovereignty to the humanity. Now we can have the object weighed on your cell phone or a weighing machine. Any weighing machine is fine. You can keep any object and couple of times weigh it so that you are very clear it's not some myth or some fluke or luck, but clearly you define it, what is the weight, and you should have at least few more kgs added to it or pounds. So you can see here 111 has raised to 196 or so. So the difference should be clearly seen. Then you have manifested the powers. But if you have few increases or decreases or Kundalini energy, you are starting to manifest. Please go ahead and experience the whole manifestation. Now for few minutes, let's get into the deep meditation, oneness with Paramashiva. All Bhagavan says is sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Visualize Paramashiva, Parashakti, Devi's darshan that we got. Such a beautiful space with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. So alive. Bring that bhava into you and do the tyaga of letting go your thoughts. All we are doing when we are going to sleep, to let go the thoughts, to fall into the deep sleep. Even though we do every day, we don't get bored. Same way, the more and more you taste the consciousness, you will be dissolved into it, because the Amrita, the ultimate, you will start experiencing as oneness. And entangling with Bhagavan continuously in the oneness space and chanting the Maha Vakya from your navel center and listening continuously to the chanting that you are chanting from your navel center and vibrating with that makes you into higher frequency, where you tap the higher vibration of consciousness, and abundance and auspiciousness simply flows through you as matter and your reality also. Let's start chanting the Maha Vakya intensely for the power of Ashtama Shakti.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda.
So beautiful. You can open your eyes. You can verify the amount it has increased, or if you've taken picture, that's beautiful. Or you want to weigh it again, please weigh it a couple of times so that you know that it's not just some random number, but you get in the range, because sometimes in the cell phone, if you weigh, it won't be exact. It'll give you a range. So it has to go beyond at least 5 to 10 units more than what you have seen before from that range. So be very authentic in measuring the weight of the object. All these great powers not just clear and give us an increase in the weight, but also the consciousness, how you have experienced the Paramashiva. People do so many tapas, so many ways to experience the thoughtless space. But here Bhagavan says, just entangle with him, merge with him, and just celebrate him and surrender all your thoughts at his lotus feet, and simply he will manifest all the reality as Paramashiva, as your reality. The beautiful space of oneness that you can experience from all this power manifestation to experience the ultimate enlightenment, the Jivan Mukti itself. The greatest science Bhagavan has given in the simplest way. The tablets might be very small, but it's so powerful. But we don't go and do the research. We don't switch on the light. We don't do research whether how Edison had formed the light, but we just experience it. Same way Bhagavan says, I have done all the tapas and I'm there in the Kailash Kutya to manifest through you as Paramashiva. All you need to do is drop your identity and wake up to Paramashiva's identity, who you are, the original space, and who you exist even now as reality. Wake up to that and simply experience all the auspiciousness and abundance. Who you are, I'm just reminding you that you are that. And that beautiful space is what manifests as all the auspiciousness and abundance. We'll have one more cycle of Ashtama Shakti. You can again weigh an object. You can take another object, or you want to continue with the same object, we can go ahead. Please make sure all that you're putting away your gadgets and unclutching from every thought and chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening. When you listen, simply you see the vibration going up and merging into oneness with Paramashiva. Constantly chanting Ajapa Japa. Sharada Devi is supposed to say, chant 1 lakh times every day. Ram Surat Kumar, all the time he was chanting. All these great saints, all that avatars, chanted all the Mahavakya. You can know the Hanuman, how powerful. For him, Ramanama was more powerful than Rama himself. The greatest science of Ajapa Japa, Bhagavan has initiated us into the Mahavakya, which merges us into the Paramashiva space. Chanting that deeply, falling into oneness, having the bhava that you are Parashakti. Bhagavan says, Brahmanya Bahuputratam, you are the favorite inheritance of the cosmos. Simply you start manifesting the higher signs if you understand. You are Paramashiva, not somebody who is asking something, but you are the $1 trillion kid who can manifest all the reality. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given all the signs for us to experience the oneness. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely to experience the Ashtama Shakti.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Now, enriching and causing. Bhagavan has beautifully given us the greatest possibility, enriching being part of our manifestation. Why do I need to enrich and cause? All that it's easy for making somebody do it. If I am not manifesting, making others manifest, it's easier because we go on telling others what to do. So when we enrich and cause that everybody is Paramashiva and they can manifest Paramashiva reality, we become Paramashiva. That is why Bhagavan go ahead and says, please go ahead and share whatever powerful cognition, power manifestation that you experienced to the world that I am Paramashiva and manifesting all this reality. In tinyurl.com/power manifestation, you can share, or you can go to the page and share Kailash Kotiyar manifesting power page and share the others into more and more, telling very clearly that you are Paramashiva, you are experiencing that manifestation. More and more when we share, we become that itself. Whatever we cherish, we become that. Whatever we eat, we burp that. So the whole thing is how we constantly cherish the space. And when we tell the world that this is what we cherish, that becomes reality in us. Simple ways Bhagavan has given the ultimate signs. If you see a dollar sign, you can offer a unit of your currency. Again and again, we remind you of that because in Hindu religion, any homa, any puja, we keep a penny or some coin as a token that builds the dharma. Again and again in us, the offering, the contribution, that is the very lifestyle of us to manifest the higher signs, higher matured reality. All this will make sense when you start growing into the higher signs of consciousness, because each one gives us the ultimate, not the quantity, but the context that you live in as Paramashiva. So let's thank all the powerful cognition and power manifestation. Let's surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet and with deep gratitude, thanking each one of you and thanking Bhagavan and deep earning that I am Paramashiva to become reality. Thank Bhagavan in the deepest gratitude. With that, let's end the session with a Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. 6 o'clock, we have a Zoom session. You can join through eKailasha, or after the satsang, we'll have another Kailash Kotyar manifesting path session. Thank you, Nithyanandam.